Alright, we got ourselves Dominator. I think it's demonic on his hunter right now. With flavor of the month reroller gonna be first up as an arms warrior. Ready to go versus what looks like Arrowless, the Assassination Rogue. Open it up with a bit of a growth. Gonna be immediate Stormbolt by flavor of the month. Does go for a trick and immediate banner together with a parry. Try to see if he can blast through the defenses of Arrowless with a couple of quick overpowers. Big leap. Try to see if he can deny the Rogue a little bit of a reset. Wait, how'd you get out of the blind that early? Actually, the banner would probably explain it. Quick disarm to flavor of the month reroller as Arrowless does get hit in a big old fear. Warbreaker to follow. Try to see if he crashes through his defenses. Cloak of Shadows, but still can't walk out. Oh my god, what was that? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. What? What happened? Arrowless got hit with a spear. Cloak of Shadows, he can't walk away from spear, but at least he can remove some of that arcane damage out of the spear. But then flavor of the month just blade stormed him and chopped the boy in half. My goodness, why'd you put him through a blender? GDK, GD, I'm gonna mess up your name 100%. Stun onto flavor of the month roller. Does he have any outs whatsoever? He may be in a bit of trouble. Try to go for a bit of damage. With the battle stance, it's gonna go for the Dark Iron Racial to remove and shed all of the diseases off the bat into a Stormbolt onto GG. Try to see if he closes the gap and reflect for a second. Does he have survivability whatsoever? I think he may be out of options, but he did get GG extremely low in that whole encounter with Nick. Gonna be up next. Normally playing some Monkus as Sensei, but instead Nick is gonna be out here on the Paladin prepping for that 10-07. Try to see if he can just slow down Nick. Got himself a full root onto the guy. Gonna be final wreck right down to Nick. Try to see if he can ramp up some damage quick. Blind into his face with a sleet and a stun right after. Does have the main pet stunned up. GG try to see if he can walk in. Maybe get a bit of healing. Does sacrifice his main pet, summoning up a fresh new one, but still maybe in a bit of trouble. Try to go for maybe some sort of ability. Got himself the full army of the dead. Domed down for a second, but at the very end he had nothing left. And Selu is going to be up next, trying to see if he can potentially fight right through the Paladin's damage. Got himself a big old fell eruptions onto Nick with a Blade Dance to follow, forcing out a bubble out of the Paladin, and it's going to back up out of there immediately, burning a chicken pretty early on though. So maybe kind of stuck in a situation where you may not be able to get out of the XCC. Nick, does he have a go here? He does get a lockdown to Selu, but doesn't seem like he has the damage to follow up. It's going to be an eye for an eye. Blade Dance, as well as the Chaos Strikes, mad damage reversal onto Nick, as he did use Lay on Hands to recover in health, but the Demon Hunter already had him on the ropes. Try to see if he can rush back to Dominator. The more damage he can start pulling out early, the better. Is going to get a fear onto that pet, but the binding shot is going to stun up for just a second. Chakram on him. Next kill shot could be the end right now, as it looks like Dominator does live up to that name. Also, Beastmaster Hunters about to get buffed up by a massive amount. Did you see some of the changes that are coming up for them? Void Terror going to be up next, trying to see if they can potentially fight through Dominator, trying to see if he can summon up a fresh new Felguard pet. Double Felguard and Dominator with a Mortal Coil to CC him. Got himself a wall really early on with a Tyrant right after, setting up a full set of pets with another portal. It's going to be dropping down the obby. It is dropping down a big old Felguard to guard the portal. There is still a bunch of demons chasing after him with a Tyrant cooking up in that nether portal. It's going to take a second in the oven, but that thing's going to be rushing at him. No, another portal Tyrant? What? Oh my goodness, so that kill shot just does him in. With Avier gonna be the last one. Avier gonna be the last one left over for the team one. Gonna be Avier closing the gap, Stoner to Dominator, full wreck. It's gonna be potentially maybe Pet Sag. Does use Pet Sag, but looks like maybe delays his burst a little bit with a body shadow to Avier right after. Maybe an early bubble, unless they go for as much self-healing as possible. Needs to find a way to mitigate the damage of this Hunter, as the Hunter is playing defensively, trying to see if he can cut away from Avier. It's gonna be a quick blind off of a bubble. Do they have the damage to follow up? Try to see if he can make a play. Dominator back it up out of it with the disengage. Does not have a turtle shell anymore, but a Freezing Trap does catch the Paladin in the wake as they try to see if he can end the deal. Dominator, no help whatsoever. One more Hammer of Wrath would end him right here. It's gonna go for a preemptive stun. Used to use everything he can to survive, but it's gonna be not a lot he can really do. I think trying to see if he can drop down a Freezing Trap at the very end, but it takes a second before the trap goes down and before the person gets frozen. There's not enough time between the two. With Chicago gonna be up next. 5 minutes into the duel, riding along the proto, giving Avier a bit of an opportunity here. Avier, I'm gonna mess up your name, but giving him an opportunity at least to get fully caught up and at least healed up before they go into the duel. Stun to Chicago, so it's going to be able to go for that big Ascendance proc with lightning bolts around her, burning through Ivir's defenses really quick. Ivir trying to see if he can survive this. Lay on Hand's going to use just to combat the damage of the enhanced shaman, but Chicago is still in an Ascendance, still super relentless. It's going to go for the big lightning bolt at the end. I don't think that was a proc Ascendance either. I think it was just like an on-use Ascendance instead. A little bit of a rematch between the two as Flavor runs right in, battle stance, got himself full Colossus Smash, yet another charge for GSG. It's gonna spear him down, could walk out of the spear actually. Does Flavor go in for the big go? Parry up Matt, oh my god, what was that? Again, this man just goes in blasting. That was a Mortal Strike. I keep saying, what was that? But that was a Mortal Strike. Blade Storm. Sealer gonna take a bit of damage. Hunt to follow. Flavor can maybe go for a Reflect to reduce some of the magic damage, some of the dot damage from the Hunt. But Flavor trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a Reflect now. Stun onto Sealer as he does go in for a Fracture of their own, or Feral Eruption of their own. Metamorphosis is out for the Demon Hunter as he's trying to see if he can ramp up. Does slay the Demon, but he doesn't. Oh, does pick up the Demonic. So 20% more damage for him as Pharaoh goes in for a bit of damage of his own. Trying to see if he can switch between battle stance and defensive stance whenever he's off to do damage. Trying to see if he can stay in battle stance with the most amount of output or defensive stance in order to take less damage. It's going to be a no whatsoever. Oh my goodness. He is some kind of a heal right now. Does he have a second win? Is that dots on him? If maybe Void Chair gives him a second or two, he could get that second win to heal him back up. Trying to see if he can avoid all the demons. That's going to be an axe by the main pet. Demon Dog is not given an opportunity to really recover. I think he does play second win. He's trying to avoid these pets as best as he can. He is avoiding majority of these pets, are just outrunning them. Axe also around the corner, does not really have an out, but does he want to stay in? Maybe that's the time to do some damage. Stormbolt under Void Chair, does it with parry. Spirit to follow. Does he have the biggest burst right now? Void Chair may need to use defenses to get interrupted. Actually locked out of his defenses entirely. Could go for the dark bag that does consume a little bit of their health. Trying to go for a bit of that nether portal with a wall to follow. Flavor does go in with a bit of a defensive stance. Can he potentially fight the Void Chair? Does use the Void Erasal in order to try to see if he can avoid him. Charge in, looking for that execute. Do they get it though? Stun to follow. Axos could be the end of him. Does he survive it? Does go for his quick heal from one of the best defensive stance. No Pit Lord to wait for him. Sharper Blades are after. Does he have that Mortal Strike that he needs? Void Chair no hope whatsoever. Literally, weapon throw could maybe end him. Does not quite end him. Does he have the charge? He needs something. Anything big execute does end up slamming down onto Void Chair. With Aerolitz going to be up next. Does he give him the honor duel? I feel like Aerolitz is an honorable rogue. I love that look, by the way. That looks so good. I like the whole set. The fact that one of the eyes is kind of blinded. He look angry too. He looks determined. Aerolitz is like, you know what? This warrior's mine. I gotta be the one to shut him down. As Flavor of the Month getting hit with a Garrod, walking away from Airless. It's gonna go for battle stance, try to see if he can make a play. Big execute for Flavor of the Month, does end up swapping into battle stance. At last second, it's gonna be a trinket out of the kidney shot. Parry up, fear to fall into Airless. Does he have an out? Could be a spear right here. If it spears him, Airless doesn't know where to go. Spear comes down, he can go for a blind. That actually does help him out a lot. Blind at least prevents Flavor of the Month from being able to lock him down with full burst. And maybe Airless now is giving himself a winning strategy. Colossus Smash, overpowers, can still do a ton of damage. Is it going to be another kidney shot to follow Flavor of the Month? As soon as he's out of the kidney shot, he could make a big play. Airless trying to see if he can avoid him. Vanish to follow. And that's going to be Flavor, taking a lot of damage. That is a death mark on him and everything. This man is going to take a lot of hits. Could go for the Dark Iron Racial. Actually, maybe lock down on him for a second. Garrod, kidney shot. It's going to be Stormbolt. Is it enough? Oh my god, no way! Flavor of the Month. No way you survived this. Oh, he got the Dark Iron. He got a clean one. Trying to see if he can avoid him. Looking for that second win. It's going to go for a banner into a spear onto Avair. Goes in for a blessing of protection immediately. Does not have a way to break it, so he has to just walk away from the guy. Has to back away as best as he can. Got himself a reflect in case there's a Hodge to follow. And at least reducing some of the holy damage. Stormbolt immediately to Avair. Got himself Blaze Storm, immune to CC for a second. Is it enough for him to maybe make a play? Avair with a blind defensively, though. Trinket out for Flavor, taking advantage of the situation. Hodge to follow, can't really know much about it. Avair's on the back foot entirely, though. This is an opportunity for Flavor to potentially just steamroll through the competition. Charge it out towards Avair. Is it enough, though? Needs one more execute. Does he get it? Leaping in just to close that gap. Reflect up, so he's extra careful. Gonna be the bubble after Avair. Does Flavor have any defenses? He may just need to get at least one. This is going to be a big charge. Does he get those crit executes? Oh, he does get it. Oh my goodness. There he is, man. Look at that. 1v5 by the Arms Warrior. Well done. Well done. Oh, let's get us just another one going here, man. This was interesting to watch. Arms Warriors, huh? Our Warriors, I can't do anything against. Yeah, Warriors are pretty rough right now. Just the amount of damage they have is pretty nutty. I feel like their damage is just